Still to the wind, peace be still.
I'm crossing over. I'm crossing over.
Peace be still to the wind, peace be still.
Yeah.
I'm crossing over.
I felt the winds blow. I heard the lightning roll, and I was fearful. But I remember that you told me I can make it to my destiny. Now everything I'm feeling, I won't let it hinder me. I'm crossing over. Child, don't you worry. To walk on water, I believe. To walk in faith, don't be afraid. Child, don't you worry. I believe. I'm crossing over. Child, don't you worry. To walk on water, I believe. I'm crossing over. To walk in faith, don't be afraid. Child, don't you worry. I believe I'm crossing over. I'm crossing over. The paddle of rebuttal, the pool of unbelief, the errors of my past. At times they seem to clash with what's in front of me. But with my faith I see it's all a mirage, 'cause I see with the eyes of faith. I'm crossing over. Child, don't you worry. To walk on water, I believe I'm crossing over. To walk in faith, don't be afraid. Child, don't you worry. I believe I'm crossing over. I'm crossing over. Child, don't you worry. To walk on water, I believe I'm crossing over. To walk in faith, don't be afraid. Child, don't you worry. I believe I'm crossing over.
Peace be still to the wind, peace be still to the sun. I'm crossing over. I'm crossing over.
If the Lord
Peace
is
be
for me,
still to the wind, peace be still.
I'm crossing over. I'm crossing over.
'Cause you told me.
I'm crossing over. Child, don't you worry. To walk on water, I believe. To walk in faith, don't be afraid. Child, don't you worry. I believe I'm crossing over. I'm crossing over. Child, don't you worry. To walk on water, I believe. To walk in faith, don't be afraid. To walk on water, I believe. To walk in sickness can't hold me, pain can't hold me, this life can't hold me, no death can hold me. I'm crossing, yeah. I'm crossing, yeah. I'm crossing, yeah. I believe. Child, don't you worry, I believe. That's what you said. I'm crossing over. Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Yeah. Child, don't you worry, I believe.
Welcome to the DRE Spot. I am your host, DJ Starr. We have a fabulous show lined up for you all today, and the special guest here in the studio, I'm excited to greet her as well as introduce her. Her name is Sharifa. She is Buffalo's own national recording artist. I am so excited to have her on the show today. So welcome, Sharifa, to the show. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I love your hair too.
Thanks. Thanks.
So Sharifa, you have an extensive resume. Talk about your beginnings, where you started and who inspired you.
Not a problem. Where should I start? Well, I guess I can say that I started at home. You know, my mother of 8, she wanted a choir so bad that she would bring us in her room and make us sing.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
and so that's where I started. Me and my sister, we started singing together at maybe about the age of 8. My grandmother, Pastor Katie Clay, as well, would have us come on Sunday mornings and sing for her. You know, so that's where I started. That's where I got the love of ministry from. You know, just those two powerful, wonderful women.
Wow. So they inspired you.
Oh, most definitely. Especially my grandmother, you know. I have never, till this day, met someone as powerful and as anointed as she.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. Now, how has your music, you have a lot of music and great songs and videos as well. So how has your music inspired others?
Believe it or not, my fan base is not church folk.
Are you serious?
I kid you not. My fan base are basically the atheists, Buddhists, Muslims, and it's unbelievable the type of people that I'm reaching. I had an actual atheist message me on Twitter, and he said, "You saved my life." I'm like, this is a guy who doesn't believe in God. But those are the type of people that I'm reaching. The church world, they don't embrace me so much because I don't have that church sound.
So you're more of a contemporary artist.
Definitely contemporary.
Okay.
Yeah, more kind
like a
of hip-hop.
Mary or like a Isaac Carey or...
I think it's more a fusion of everything.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot of jazz. It's a lot of kind of Latin. It's everything. It's not the typical sound that you hear, and a lot of my music, it's geared, it leans more on the vocals than the music. And especially in our black churches, you hear more of the organ. And,
yes, you do.
People fall in love with the songs because of the music.
That's right.
And my songs are more geared for not just the message, but the vocals, the purity of the vocals, the purity of the backgrounds. They carry it for the simple fact is we have a message to tell.
That's right.
And it's for all those to believe, not just the Christians, because we have to reach all of God's creations. So.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So talk about your songs, like your latest song.
My latest song, what's heating up the airways right now, is called "Speak Life." It's being played in Japan, in Australia, in Africa, and
internationally,
and Trinidad. Trinidad was the last to pick it up. But "Speak Life" is very unique in its sound, like everything else. But it talks about how to speak life into your situations. The devil thought he had me here,
That's
but
right.
And it's something wonderful. It's spoken to me. The remix with Shadi Swag, and then we have the club version with DJ Hassan. So. Yeah, we have different versions of it to reach everybody. Again, my goal is not to reach one set of people, but to reach everybody.
Why do you think Christians, per se, why are we so stuck into one style of music? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. When you think about gospel music, the first name that may pop in your head is Mahalia Jackson.
Yes, or Shirley Caesar.
Or Shirley Caesar, or even Karen Clark.
That's right.
And we have to get out of that, because not everybody is going to listen to that. Some people are going to listen to Lecrae.
Right.
People are still listening to Amy Grant.
That's right.
But what do you do when your own doesn't receive you?
Wow.
And that's where I'm at. I love God with all my heart. But our job is to go into the highways and byways and compel them to come. So it doesn't bother me so much that the Christians don't reach out for it, because my job is not to speak to the same person over and over again.
That's right.
My job is to go out there and say, there's someone who loves you. There's someone who can help you with all that you need,
That's right.
So in my music, I'm hoping that I'm grabbing those people that the church world is not grabbing right now. I don't say that with any type of conceit or any type of notion, but Lord, if it be your will, send me. So,
wow, that is profound. Talk about your next album, Uncovered.
Uncovered was actually the first album released worldwide.
Okay.
Uncovered was simply that. It was uncovering all my faults, all my sins, everything, coming before the Lord uncovered.
Wow.
Coming out of the dark, per se, learning how to breathe again, how to depend on God to breathe, talking about a song on there, the problems of the day, crossing over our Jordan, that's what Uncovered was about, finally breaking through the monotony.
That's right. Oh my gosh. So you're a family woman as well. You have kids and you're married. And how do you balance career and family?
It's not that hard as long as you make them a part of it. You know, a lot of people don't even know who my children are, but they're always with me. They're not with me right now, but they're always with me. Rather they're holding a camera, or rather they're passing out drinks, or rather they're sitting on the edge of a stage, or they may be just in the audience, but they're working. You know,
right.
My children are hard workers, but they're working for the kingdom of God. You know, so as long as I keep them involved, you know, they won't get bored with it. You know, what I don't want to see is them feel neglected in any way. I used to say, you know, I didn't pray unless my kids pray, but I first need to teach my kids how to pray.
That's right. That's
you know,
right.
We're in spiritual war when we're on stage. We're in spiritual war when we're walking down the street. We're in spiritual war. We're in events. So they need to be on guard. So they're ready and they're working. So.
Amazing. Now, you're also a member of the New Life World Harvest Restoration Center.
Yes.
All right, and you're a worshiper there.
Yes, I'm the praise and worship leader there. Yeah.
And you're also involved with the youth there as well.
No, I'm actually involved with the youth at Greater Works Deliverance Tabernacle. Okay. I'm their youth minister.
Oh, great.
Know.
Okay.
I know you're looking at me like, how am I doing both?
I know. Well, how do you guys?
You know, because you know, we got to let the kids become first. You know, they are the church of tomorrow. And so it's important not to forget them in all that we're doing, just like I was talking about my kids. But there's other kids that I need to reach as well, you know. And my children's church is not the norm. I'm not sitting down with the Bible and saying, okay, let's turn to our books and let's talk about Adam and Eve.
Right.
Okay, we're actually going out there and getting them involved in this story. I wish I can explain it more to you, but it's interactive, it's exciting, it's loud, it's crazy, and the kids seem to love it.
And they learn more.
Yeah.
And better that way as well because they're involved.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe that kids need to have a voice.
Exactly, yes.
I really do, because I feel that they want to speak out. They want the attention, but we tend to kind of shove them to the side a little bit. We'll ask them, what do you want? And then we kind of, oh, okay, we take it on and do it ourselves. But I think in today's world, in today's society, we need to let the kids speak up a little bit more. I think so.
Yeah, and what I've learned as well, going to different churches and being involved with different ministries, is that our kids want to be involved in the church. You know,
right.
They're sitting there saying, "What about me?"
That's right.
I need ministry. I need worship. But how can they worship unless you teach them how to worship? You know, I played a game in one of my kids' church classes where I stood on a chair. Very unconventional. But I stood on a chair and I had their snacks in my hand. I said, well, how bad do you want it? You know, and they're just reaching up and trying to grab. And I said, no, use your words. How bad do you want this? Well, the same with God. As much as you want this, how bad do you want God?
Wow.
What do you need from Him? What does your family need? If you learn to open up your voice and ask God for it, He listens to the children. You know, just as much as He listens to us adults, He listens to the children. He says if we would come, just like a child, you know, their hearts and their worship is for real and it's pure, you know. So, again, my heart is definitely for the youth and for, you know, it's for ministry altogether. So.
Now, in your own words and opinion, how do you think we can reach out to them more so? There's so many kids, I feel, that, you know, need people like you and I. So how can we reach out to them, you think?
That's a tough one.
Because so many kids out here that are, you know, in the streets.
Yeah.
You know, they feel abandoned.
We need to
neglected.
We need to go out into the streets. We really do.
Okay.
And the problem with outreach is we're forgetting the reason why we're out there. We're going out there and having... We're going out there and having these church services trying to reach the lost, but you're not giving them anything to compel them to come. You know, you're not giving them a reason to turn their head. You're not giving them anything that opens up their ears and say, man, I need to know what that's about. There has to be someone who can go out there and talk the talk. I'm not saying go overboard. I'm not saying go out there and sag and put your hat backwards. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is go out there and give Sunday morning worship. Go out there and
talk their language.
Exactly.
Speak their language.
Go out there with some gospel hip hop. Go out there with something that they're going to say, man, I like that. What, you know, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. You know, this God that of Isaac, Abraham, and Jacob. You mean he can be the same God for me?
That's right.
He has something for me too, but we're leaving them out of our worship. And once we grab a hold of in our outreach, how to grab a hold of the community, you'll see a mad rush to the churches.
Now, do you think it's fear as to why we don't go out and, reach our kids a little bit more? Or is it political, you think? Or what are your thoughts about that?
I think it's fear of coming out of the box.
Okay.
Right. I think it's fear of if we go out there and do a hip-hop service that we're leaving God out of it.
Right.
I was once at a church and there was a Jamaican praise and worship going on, and someone said, that's not of God. But in Jamaica, that's how they worship.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Africa too. That's right.
That's how they worship. So how can we say that's not of God when we're giving the message of God to them? Right. Even for the last outreach I did something for Halloween, and I was pumping all my rappers who were coming out in the street with me, and I had an individual come back and say, that's not God, because you can't rap over the speakers and proclaim to be a Christian. I said, how?
Right.
How is that possible? If we're speaking the word gives life.
That's right.
How is that possible? I mean, I'm a little bit perplexed with the fact that we can't evolve.
We're so stuck in a box.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of our problem is our mindset. We were taught this way, this way, that's it, nothing else, nothing more.
Yeah.
But today, like you said before, we're evolving every day. And we have to reach the masses.
Yeah. Bible says a wise person winneth souls. So we just need to become more wise on how we're doing it. If not, we'll never reach those people out there.
I agree. I totally agree. Also, Sharifa, you're a teacher and a speaker and a songwriter and an actress. Talk about your actress a little bit.
Yeah, I acted for a while. I did about 4 movies, The Banshee, Buffalo Soldiers, Thy Will Be Done, Hold Go, which was big in the Rochester area. And again, those are just avenues that God has been able to, has opened the doors and I've been able to walk in, So
any more acting, or you think later on, or
maybe later. I'm not really focused on it, like I was before. At heart, I just want to be in the presence of the Lord.
Okay.
I
hear you.
I just want to go wherever God sends me. And that's why it's very important, why I get really, really hyper when you start talking about the streets and talk about outreach and talk about the community.
You're passionate.
Because there's so many that we still have to reach.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And just going into the church is not enough. We got to get out there. We got to be about our Father's business.
That's right.
I don't want to see anybody lost. I know He doesn't. If He could just, if I could just go out there and just touch one life, just one soul, I would be happy,
And I'm pretty sure you've touched more than one soul through your music, through your expression, through your ministry. You've definitely done that. I could tell.
I pray.
Very passionate, and God is speaking through you. So trust me, you've touched more than one soul.
I pray. I pray that I've done the work that He's actually called me to do, that I'm being the vessel that He needs me to be in this season.
So what do you say to individuals, young people that want to sing and rap, and what is your advice to them?
Do it. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up because somebody said you couldn't do it. Don't give up because you think that somebody is better than you.
All right.
Don't give up because you feel in the inside that, why me? You know what I mean? Just do it. Get out there, get your feet wet, and just do it. There's nothing too hard for my God, and if He's with you, you can do all things but fail.
All right. You're also a philanthropist. You've worked hard in the community. What have you done?
A lot of community events. We usually do a Feed the Hungry tour at this time. We didn't necessarily do it this year. We go to soup kitchens, we go to churches, we go to schools, we go to the homeless, we go anywhere where we can put our hands to help. that's once a year. I would like to do it year round.
Okay.
We do the clean sweep, where we go into communities and clean the communities. We usually adopt a family for Christmas. I do a lot of community events. I do a movie night. Maybe every 3 to 4 months, I do a movie night in the community.
Oh, wow. Now, where is that?
Usually at Greater Works Deliverance Tabernacle. I know that we're planning one for next year at New Life Restoration World Harvest.
Okay.
But basically, all I'm doing is, or want to do, is give the kids a safe place to go. You know, and not just go for a movie, because I give them ministry too.
All
you
right.
know, I basically I just want to be, again, used by God, and anywhere He sends me, I'm ready and willing to go. Other community events we've done, Rock the Walls.
What's that?
Rock the Walls is a concert that's usually given around the Christmas time, which I haven't seen anything about it this year. Praise in a Park, in LaSalle Park, every July. If you don't see me on stage, you'll see me praying with folk or helping them in any way that they need. We do Juneteenth every year. I can't think of all of it right now. But yeah, it's, again, I'm all about being out in the community.
That's right.
You know? And most of the time you can't recognize me because I have my hat on and my hair pulled back. But yeah, I'm one to say, Lord, send me. You know?
So what's next for Sharifa?
We're working on the follow-up album to Uncover, which is Speak Life. It's more about the soul of everything. It's more about the cry that people want to hear. It's the cry of the heart. There's a song on there, I Trust You, Lord.
Right.
There's another song that says Rain on Me. There's just, basically, it's that silent moment of prayer. That's where we're at right now. The fastest song on the CD so far is Speak Life. But
So you ever nervous or anything? Or?
I'm always nervous. I'm nervous right now. You see me shaking?
You can't tell.
Yeah, I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous because I never really want it to be about me.
That's
you know,
right.
if we sat here and just talked about the goodness of the Lord, if we just sat here and talked about, how He woke us up this morning and started us on our way, I'd be happy. But when you start saying, okay, what you do when you start, I start getting nervous because I'm like, Lord, it's all about you. It's not about me.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So you've been on shows like TCT.
Yes, I have.
And how was that experience for you?
TCT, for me, was a dream come true. And I know it seems a little bit small, but to me, it's amazing because when I was younger, all through my upbringing, that's the only channel my grandmother would watch.
Really?
She never turned the channel to 2, 4, 7, none of them. It was TCT.
Wow.
Morning, night, TCT. So, she's gone to be with the Lord. But when I got the call for TCT, I said, Grandma, I made it.
Oh,
I'm going to make you proud.
Her grandbaby.
Oh, yeah.
It's on TCT.
So I was happy to do that for so many different reasons, to be able to reach people and to sing to the glory of God. But Grandma, I made it. So
she's smiling down on you. I know she's smiling down on you. Talk about Vicki Winans a little bit. She blogged you.
She
Talk
did.
about Vicki Winans.
Wow, Vicki Winans. Well, we released a couple of videos, music videos,
Okay.
Pursue Me and Crossing Over. And when Crossing Over hit, we got so many people, thousands of people who watched it right off the bat. And I got a tweet from Vicki Winans. And she just encouraged me and she blessed my soul by saying, that's it, that's the one, that's what I'm looking for. And I was like, wow, is this really Vicki Winans? But it was her. And I was just so ecstatic. And, I'm still stoked just thinking about it and talking about it. So.
Well, there's definitely more to come for you.
I hope so.
Because you are a woman of God.
Thank you.
We're going to thank
Him
you
be the glory.
so much for coming. You have really blessed me. You really, really have. I mean, you have a great aura about you, and keep smiling and keep doing God's work. So that's it for us today. I tell you guys, this was an amazing show. Hope you guys enjoyed Sharifa. I know I have. And we can wrap this up. And keep God first, guys. And keep your eye on the prize. God bless.
Thank you. So, just tell me, what do you mean by untrustworthy? Okay, it's text messaging.
It was more than text messaging, Mike.
It was not. She's just a friend from work. It's nothing. Listen, she's just a cool person. You gotta listen.
You must really think I'm stupid. Playing me for a fool again. How am I supposed to trust you?
You know, girl, you need to really stop with these psychological games.
Really? You cannot be serious.